What's going on, YouTube family? It's Darian, and I'm a veteran turned real estate agent, and I work with the Cobalt Group at eXp Realty here in Goldsboro, North Carolina. So one of the biggest things that happens to first-time home buyers is not having enough credit or no credit at all and are unable to secure a home loan because of that. Well, in today's video, I'm gonna be giving you an alternative to help you secure a loan and get the home of your dreams. And that's going to be getting a cosigner. Now, before you go and say, oh, I need a cosigner right now, where do I sign the dots? Listen to this video because I'm gonna go over the pros and cons to make sure you have the right information before you decide to make that decision. So let's go. What even is a cosigner? Well, a cosigner is someone, usually a family member or a close friend, who agrees to take responsibility for your loan if you can't pay. Now, lenders love this because it reduces their risk, but for you and your cosigner, it's a big decision with serious consequences. Now, look, if you know you're not making that much money, you have zero credit, don't go to someone with an 800 credit score and use their 800 credit score to buy a $400,000 home when you only can afford a $200,000 home, because that responsibility is going to rest on that cosigner. So when you're looking for a cosigner, you have to be able to trust them, but more importantly, they have to be able to trust you. And I'm gonna go over that later in the video. You definitely want to have a plan for that. Here are some pros of having a cosigner. So let's face it, when you have little to no credit, a lender is not going to want to lend you money because you have nothing to show that makes them believe that you are able to pay your loan. But when you have a cosigner, it makes them more confident in approving your loan because you have something of substance or something that's stable backing you. Pro number 2 is that you will have lower interest rates. So I'm gonna ask you a question. You're gonna have person A and you have person B. Person A has a 620 credit score with less than 6 months of credit history and 100% on-time payment. Person B has a 750 credit score with 7+ years of credit history and 100% on-time payment. Now, who do you think is going to have a lower interest rate? Obviously person B, right? Because they have a longer credit history and a higher credit score. And that's one of the best benefits of having a cosigner. The third pro is it helps you boost your credit score faster. So it's as simple as this. You make your on-time payments, your credit score goes up, and you are able to secure better loans in the future. So you saw the pros of having a cosigner, and only naturally you have to have cons as well. Every positive has its negative, every negative has its positive. So let's go over the cons of having a cosigner. The first con of having a cosigner is that the cosigner is 100% responsible if you miss a payment. That's why it's so important to be a trustworthy person, because if you miss a payment, it's going to impact their credit score. No one wants someone to impact their credit score when they have no control over if you pay the loan or not. So you want to make sure you have a plan. Show the plan to your cosigner so that they are able to trust you. Make sure you have a job. Make sure you are actually getting the money and are capable of paying the payments of the home that you want the loan for. The second con is you risk damaging the relationship. Money is a very sensitive thing. So if you are not making your payments on time after they trusted you, then you can definitely ruin the relationship, whether that's family or friends. Like they say, blood is thicker than water, blood over money. Until it actually happens, you are affecting someone's livelihood. So make sure you are trustworthy and you are honest with them and you are doing everything you need to do in order to satisfy that loan. The third con is it can limit their borrowing power. So since your loan is showing up on their credit report, it can limit their ability to be able to take out a loan in the future, unless you know they are super rich. So now that we got the pros and cons out the way, when should you actually use a cosigner? So you should only use a cosigner if 1, you have a solid plan to make every single payment on time. 2, you're working on building your credit and you won't need a cosigner forever. And 3, if the cosigner is financially stable and fully understands the risk and is capable of helping you if you need it. Purchasing a home is a big decision. More than that, it's an emotional decision. But when you are thinking about getting a cosigner, you want to be logical and honest with yourself. So here is when you should absolutely avoid getting a cosigner. You should avoid getting a cosigner when 1, your income is inconsistent. 2, the cosigner cannot pay any cost if you cannot make the payment. And 3, if you are incurring too much debt for the simple fact that you can get that loan. So is getting a cosigner worth it? Well, it just depends. If you are able to make consistent income and make your payments on time, or if your cosigner is able to make payments when you cannot, then maybe having a cosigner may benefit you. But if you don't have these things, then it's probably not the smartest thing to have a cosigner. So if this video brought you value, please drop a like and subscribe to the channel for more informative videos like this, as well as virtual home tours. And I actually have a podcast that's coming out in the next couple of months, so be on the lookout for that. Also, don't forget to share this video with anyone else who this video will be of use to. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video.